guys, it's Shawnee, aka Total Makeup Junkie 101. So I have a really exciting haul video for you guys today. I feel like I haven't done a haul video in a while, which is probably not true just because I haul a lot, but if you guys follow me on Twitter, you guys know that this past weekend I went to Las Vegas, and it was just kind of a last-minute trip. Me and my family just decided to do that before the summer was over because my brother starts school in a couple of weeks. So we went, and I was really excited to go to Vegas this time because I knew they had a MAC Pro store in the Caesars Palace Forum shops, and this was my first experience at a MAC Pro store, so it was really exciting for me. I walked in and they had amazingness in that store. It was just awesome. They had literally like rainbows of colors just everywhere on the walls, just on the displays. It was amazing. If you guys have not been to a pro store and you have access to one, I really would recommend going to it. It's so nice. It's so pretty. It was really fun. I walked in and I expected the makeup artist to be a little bit kind of like cold and, you know, not really helpful because, you know, when you think of a MAC Pro store, you kind of think that the makeup artists are like, oh, I'm in a pro store, so I'm better than you. But actually, the lady that I got was super sweet. She helped me out a lot. I walked in and I was like, do you guys have eyeshadows that are exclusive to the pro store and you can't get it anywhere else? And she was like, yes, we do. And I was like, well, give me one of each. And she literally was pulling things for me, and it was really nice. So I had a great experience there. I was swatching stuff. I just had an amazing time in that store. I loved it. Now, before I get started with the haul video, I want to answer some FAQs that I know I'm going to get on the MAC Pro stores. MAC Pro locations are very limited. They don't have very many across the world. Also, anybody can shop at a pro store. You don't have to be a pro member to shop at a pro store. As long as you have access to a pro store, you can just walk in and buy any pro products. You just won't get the pro discount. If you're not a pro member, you cannot order online, but you can call a pro number and you can order through the phone if you're not a pro member as well. But I just find that it's easier to just go to a store and see things. That's why I've never called in and placed an order. Now, on this trip, I was really excited that I would be able to get some pro exclusive items that are only available at pro stores. So that's pretty much what I stuck to. I didn't really get anything from the permanent line that I knew I could get at a counter or another store, because when you're at a pro store, you get pro exclusive products. So I have quite a bit to show you guys. I showed you guys a little teaser preview thing on Twitter. For those of you guys who are excited about my haul video, there were a lot of you who were like, do a haul, because I twit picked the outside of the pro store. I twit picked a little bit of stuff that I got, and so I hope you guys enjoy this haul video. So the first thing that I got was a ton of eyeshadows. I bought all of the eyeshadows in pan form, so I got a palette to put them in, and I already labeled it Pro Eyeshadows. And when you open the palette, there is this amazing beautifulness inside. These are all of the eyeshadows that I got on this trip. So starting here, we have Canary Yellow, Bright Sunshine, Coral, Lime, Kelly, Bottle Green, Aqua, Sky Blue, Blue Calm, Deep Damson, Indian Ink, Navel, Ground Brown, and Soot. So you guys can see right here I have an empty slot in the palette. I was only able to get 14 eyeshadows. I had about 4 to 5 other ones on my list that were exclusive to pro stores, but unfortunately they were sold out of them. So I will get those eventually someday, but these are the 14 that I got on this trip. And there are swatches of my entire pro eyeshadow palette. I'm not going to repeat the colors, but you guys can just kind of match them up and see for yourself. Okay, then I also got a blush palette, and I filled it with pro exclusive blushes. So these are the 5 blushes that I got on this trip. Unfortunately, once again, they were sold out of a couple other blushes that I wanted, so I will get those eventually somehow, some way. This is my first time that I have a blush palette. All of the MAC blushes that I have are in the pot form, so I'm actually really excited to have these in palette form. So the blushes that I have in this palette are Taupe, Cantaloupe, Burnt Pepper, Devil, and Apple Red. And there are swatches of all 5 of the pro blushes that I just showed you. Once again, not going to repeat the names, but you guys can just match them up. Okay, the next pro exclusive product that I got was the MAC water-based mixing medium. Now MAC has a ton of mixing mediums that you can get at pro stores. They have ones for eyeliner where you can mix any eyeshadow and make your own eyeliner. They have a matching one for mascara, similar idea. They have like a gel mixing medium, like a ton, like a mattifying mixing medium. But the water-based mixing medium is talked about so much on YouTube and on blogs. I know Christine from Temptalia loves the water-based mixing medium, and I actually used this today to apply a pigment to my lids, and it worked really well. Normally I use Fix Plus to apply pigments to my lids, but this works so much better because Fix Plus, I found sometimes it almost stings my lids a little bit, not like in a harsh way, like oh my goodness, my eyelid is on fire or anything, but it does, like as it dries down, it does kind of sting a little bit. This doesn't sting at all, not even a little, and this works a little bit better than just using water to wet a pigment because it'll help the pigment adhere to your eye better, and as it dries down, it doesn't lose its intensity. Okay, the next Pro exclusive product that I got is a glitter, and I was kind of iffy about getting pigments and glitters on this trip because those are really expensive and they add up really quickly, but I had to get this one glitter because Dusty O Hunter here on YouTube talks about it so much, and it is Reflex Transparent Teal, and in the container it doesn't look like much, but it is absolutely stunning. It reflects so many different colors. It's like pink and teal and a little bit of purple. It's really pretty, and when you put it on your eyes, he even uses it on his face and his lips, and it looks amazing. It amps up any look. It amps up like an everyday look to make it look super, super sparkly and pretty, and I'm all about the glitter, so I had to get this. Okay, the next Pro exclusive product I got is the M.A.C spatula. Now this is a stainless steel little spatula. Now they do have a matching stainless steel palette. It's basically just like a sheet of stainless steel, but they were sold out of that, and I've heard that they sell out of those palettes really, really quickly, so once again I will get that someday, some way. But anyways, here is the spatula. As you guys can see, it says M.A.C in the center, and it basically has a scoopy side on one end which you can use to like scoop out pigments and stuff, and it has this kind of flat side on the other which you can use to scrape out products, like cream products, cream blushes or something. And this spatula is quite heavy too, so it's not like cheaply made or anything. This will literally last you forever as long as you don't lose it. Okay, and then since I knew I was going to the M.A.C Pro store before I left, I had some things to back to M.A.C, so I decided to just take some containers and back to M.A.C. So I back to M.A.C for 3 eyeshadows, and when you back to M.A.C, you cannot get the eyeshadows in the pan form. You have to get them in the pot form, which is fine because then you can just depot it and then back to M.A.C the containers. So I already depotted all 3 of the eyeshadows that I got. So the first one I got is called Parfait Amour, and this one is in the permanent line. Parfait Amour is basically like a really pretty blue-toned purple. It's a frost finish, so it is quite shimmery. Okay, the next eyeshadow I back to M.A.C for is called Swiss Chocolate, and this is also in the permanent line. And this is basically just a matte red-toned brown shade, and this is a matte finish. And the last eyeshadow I back to M.A.C for is called Green Smoke. This one is also in the permanent line, and this is a luster finish. I believe this one is being discontinued, so that's why I got it. It is a really pretty kind of gray-toned olive green, and it's really shimmery. Now, I'm not a huge fan of luster finish eyeshadows just because they do have chunky glitter, but since this one was being discontinued, I decided to get it. And there are all 3 of those swatched. Here we have Parfait Amour, Green Smoke, and Swiss Chocolate. So that is all that I got from the M.A.C Pro store. Then before we left Vegas, a couple of days after we went to the Pro store, we decided to go to the Las Vegas Premium Outlets, and over there they had a CCO, and if you guys don't know what a CCO is, I already did a CCO haul. It was my first CCO haul, and I'll link it in the bottom bar for you guys. I explained to you what a CCO is in that video. But anyways, I didn't get much from the CCO. I only got one thing, and I actually wasn't going to get anything. When I walked in and I looked around and I saw that the things that they had, I had a lot of the things that they had, and the things that I didn't have, I didn't really like, I didn't gravitate towards. They were just whatever products. So I was about to walk out of the CCO empty-handed, and I walked by the cash register, and next to the cash register they had some MAC brushes. And I normally don't gravitate towards MAC brushes because they are quite expensive, but at the CCO the MAC products are discounted, and there was one brush that caught my eye, and I was like, no way, they actually have that brush. And I literally ran behind the cash register where they had the MAC products. I don't know if I was actually supposed to be there. I probably wasn't, but anyways, I ran back there and grabbed the brush, and I was like, oh my goodness, they have this brush. And the brush I'm talking about is the MAC 179. Now this is the original 179. MAC has recently re-released another 179 in the MAC Semi-Precious collection. Now that 179 is completely different than the original 179. The original 179 is a funky shaped brush. I've never seen a brush this shape. It's very long, and then it's very skinny, and it's very dense and a little fluffy. Now this brush came out a long time ago. I want to say at least 3 years ago, maybe even more. I have no clue what collection it came out in. I don't even think Temptalia was blogging at the time this collection came out, so I wouldn't even be able to look it up. Now this brush was really hyped up, and it's long been discontinued, like I said. Very hard to find, and if you do find it on eBay, it is quite expensive. The brush, when it originally came out, was quite expensive. I want to say it was at least $60, and I got it at the CCO for $36.50, which is still quite expensive for a brush, but it's so rare, it's so discontinued, and it's so hard to find, so I had to grab it. Now I'm sure you guys are wondering, what in the world do you do with a brush like this? This is actually a body buffer brush. You don't use it on your face, you're not supposed to. I mean, it's really big, but it's a body buffer brush, so you can use it on your neck, your décolleté, your arms, whatever. If you want to put a little bit of shimmer, if you want to put some bronzer or something like that, this would be a really good brush to use for that. So I really lucked out in finding this brush. I'm really excited that I found it, and I even found it at a discount, which is amazing. So that is it. That is my MAC Pro and CCO haul. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions on anything that I got, please feel free to let me know, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!